first episode
Just go to the
and
first.
you cut out everything that led to the argument,
Eh.
you can throw it away.
Cutting, it requires editing. And we're recording now, so.
They'll never know.
Nope.
Why can't we? That's still the only lyrics. I don't know any other words to that song. Are there other words to that song?
I have
I don't
no
think
idea.
so. I think that's all it goes. Just
I'm seriously thinking about like making 2 episodes and then just leaving the drama in there. Then be like, oh, what happened? They cut it.
the drama Obama. It's all Obama's fault.
Damn it!
Not even gonna be president anymore. It's still his fault.
It should be.
I mean, we should date this. We should pretend like he just became president.
What?
That's what we should do. The next episode, let's pretend like Obama just became president for the first time.
Oh. Okay.
And they'll never know. Because this is episode 99, not episode 98.
Yeah.
Boom.
That makes sense. Somehow.
They'll never know.
Okay. Shit.
Yes.
The fuck was I gonna say?
Shit.
I said shit already.
And then fuck.
I said fuck already.
Damn it. I don't know.
I wanted to talk to you about like pet peeves,
Pet peeves.
my personal something I
Don't-
hate about movies.
Oh, movies. Okay. Go ahead. So your
I
personal pet peeve.
fucking hate it when I'm watching a movie and the talking is like this, and then like there's like a boom. I hate it when the volume is set so that you have to turn it up when they're talking, and then there's a loud explosion or a jump scare,
Me too. I
and
don't.
it's super fucking loud. I
That
think that's
does-
cheap. I think it's stupid. I don't like it. It hurts my ears and it pisses me off.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you because you're gonna put the volume up, and instead of it being like an exciting moment or a shocking moment or a scary moment, it's an annoying moment. So you
Yes.
just put your volume up, and then the loud thing happens. Now you have to immediately put your volume down.
Yep.
So,
And then, like, when the tone dies down, you gotta turn it back up again. You just go through this fucking cycle through the whole movie. You're just angry, and it's not an enjoyable experience. It's just like, why the fuck am I watching this?
and then that makes maybe even a good movie become a shit movie because
Yes.
you're aggravated and you're annoyed and you don't want to do that. You don't want to deal with this. You just want to watch a movie and get invested, and then there you go. Good movie. Good movie. All good. I got invested. It's good. Bad movie. Fuck. I can put it up. Fuck. I
Fuck
put it
that
down.
movie.
Fuck. I put it up again. What are they saying? I can't. Oh, god damn it. Put it down. Explosions.
Yep.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I don't mind jump scares in movies, like if they're done well,
Yeah, it's totally fine. Like,
but most
Again.
of the time they're not.
I personally am more affected by Japanese scare, like how it's noise oriented, but not like music oriented, just like noise oriented, and that eventually leads you to getting the scare. And that usually when it does that build up of that noise and stuff, it's not a false build up. There's very few false build ups.
Huh.
So instead of it going noise, the noise of the creature's coming, because it has a very unique noise to it, you know, and you're hearing it, and it turns out it was a squirrel. Like that doesn't happen. A squirrel doesn't make like a noise, you know. So, okay. So it doesn't. They don't have those because it doesn't make any fucking sense why that would happen. You know.
I think false jump scares are pretty interesting when they're done well. Like you hear a rustling noise and it's a cat, you know.
Yeah. It all depends on how it's executed.
Yeah.
I think fear in general depends on how it's executed. So.
I hate that I'm becoming so cynical and jaded that I'm just picking apart movies and TV shows like
No,
that looks
it's totally
stupid.
fine. That's how you be a cynic and a skeptic. It's fine. You look at something and you take it apart, saying what's good and what's bad about it. You know, you're not a good critic or cynic, which we all should be good critics, cynics, and skeptics. Unless you do that. Unless you can pinpoint what's good about something, what's bad about something. A lot of people just learn how to pinpoint the bad and never look at the good.
Yeah, I look at both. I think I'm pretty good at that.
You should, because everything has at least something good about it.
Yeah.
Except Obama.
Is it Obama's fault that we were arguing?
It's all Obama's fault for everything, even for us making up. It's
Okay.
Obama's fault. It's
The-
Obama's fault for curing cancer and not curing cancer. Obama.
Obama did religion. Obama did atheism.
He did. He created vaccines.
And he created the people that hate vaccines.
It's Obama, the new religion we have. It's just like he's the
Obamanism?
new god. Yeah, Obamanism. It's perfect. We thank him and we hate him for all things. For it is his fault in all things.
Whenever something good happens, we're like, thank you, Obama. And then whenever something bad happens, we're like, damn it, Obama.
Let's see. Whenever something good happens, we're like, thanks, Obama. Whenever something bad happens, we're like, thanks, Obama. It's just the same exact words. We just have to enunciate it correctly. If you enunciate it incorrectly, he will be very upset with you and give you Obamacare.
I'm uploading 2 fucking videos. I don't care. One's going to be shorter than the other, probably.
It's going to be episode 99 and episode 99.9.
That's it, yeah.
So it's not episode 98. This is just episode 99.9. Oh,
That's
gosh.
perfect.
And you should do it opposite. So this one should come first.
Wow.
And then the other one should go up after.
If you go to my channel, like, it is that confusing.
It's perfect. I
Like,
don't know.
I mean,
You should never follow my advice when I'm in like a delirious
oh, that's
mindset.
perfect advice, though.
That's horrible.
Like, seriously, I want to read off some of my, if you've not looked at my video titles, you really
I've
should.
seen a lot of your videos, don't worry.
Have you
about
seen the titles, though?
it. I don't. Oh no, I've just seen the videos, not the titles of the videos.
The
I've
titles are
seen.
epic.
I've seen them. I'm subscribed. Here you are, right here.
I have an audio test. That's my first video. It's a quick guide. It's 2 minutes long, yeah. Here's an Isaac Rebirth guide you can't hear. That means I uploaded it with shitty audio. An Isaac Rebirth guide you can hear, part 1. And then Isaac Rebirth guide part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6, 7, 8, I guess. I don't know what that means. Isaac Rebirth guide part question mark?
Fuck it, I'm done.
It gets worse, dude. I don't give a
What
shit.
is that game? Anyway?
What, Karate Master?
Yeah, what is that about? Is
Uh,
that like one of those like boxing games? You have to train up your dude and you get into the fight.
I think so, yeah.
I played a boxing game like that. I made a guy called Big Nose McGee. And I gave him like this huge schnauzer. He just had the biggest nose I could make in that game. And I just have it get broken like every fight. That was my whole purpose of fighting.
Yeah, my gimmick for my channel is that nothing is organized.
You should name it something unique, like the unorganized channel. So unique. No one ever thought of it. The unorganized channel. It's amazing.
That's perfect. I might do that. I can subscribe. No need to subscribe to yourself. Fuck you. What if I do? What if I want to?
I'll subscribe to myself.
You can't tell me what to do.
I'll unsubscribe and then subscribe.
Oh, man.
Boom. Anyways, I don't know what we're gonna talk about now. Game of Thrones? You watch Game of Thrones?
Not really.
Damn, can't talk about Game of Thrones.
I
You
watched-
read Song of Ice and Fire, which is just the book version?
Read?
Okay,
Every time
take
you
that
ask-
as a no.
Every time you ask me if I read this or that, I'm just gonna respond the same way.
Eventually, you're gonna read something, okay?
Maybe.
Okay, how about Deadpool? Huh?
Deadpool's pretty cool.
How about Total War Warhammer? What do you think about that? Have you seen stuff about Total War Warhammer?
I played it a few times. Got bored
Oh,
with it.
you got bored? Why?
Because my attention span is so short.
Oh, you should play it online.
Oh,
3v3s, huge battles.
I don't have the internet for that game.
Oh, damn.
I'm uh,
Yeah, have you seen any good animes or mangas
recently or just at all.
at all?
Uh, I've seen Wolf's Rain. I've seen Dragon Ball Z, obviously. Dragon Ball Super, obviously, and Naruto. Off the top of my head, I think that's all of them. There might be another one or
Did
two.
you enjoy Naruto?
Yeah, I think he's a cool character. I think he punches people like nobody else.
Rock Lee is supposed to be the best puncher, but he's not.
Yeah, but like if you ever watch, oh, okay, well, whatever. I get what you're saying.
Not the best. He punched people, but it don't affect them. But then Naruto punch same person, it affect them.
It knocks them out.
I'm confused. Is that cause of the magic?
That's cause Naruto puts his whole body into his punches.
Or Rock Lee like slaps him?
Yep.
Rock Lee's like, eh, eh. I trained all my life for this. Eh. It's like Glass Joe
Yep.
from the Punch Out series.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I like Rock Lee. I just wish they would. I don't know. I haven't seen the newer.
I wish the main character in a lot of shonens was not always the strongest at everything. Like,
Yeah.
I wish he was strong in one aspect, but then someone else can be stronger in another. Instead of, oh, he's strong in this, but this person's strong in this, but it just so happens that the main character's thing that he's strong in makes him the strongest in the other thing the guy's good at.
Yeah.
Like, I know sometimes it's like, oh, this character's really good at magic, better than the main character. But the main character has, like, a soul energy. And, so that's cool. But eventually the soul energy outpowers the magic of the other guy.
It's
So
basically magic,
what's
but
the
it's
point
not.
of the other guy? Like, why is he there? Why does he exist if the main character is just gonna outplay him in everything?
Yep.
Like, the story-wise doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, character-wise, I guess you can say that that character just existed because he's a person that exists in the universe. And I say fair enough. But then why make him, if you're the main creator, exist in that universe if he's not good at something? If he's not bad at something, if that's not his character arc, his character arc is he's supposed to be good at this thing, and you stick to it instead of saying like he gets upset. Because Rock Lee never gets upset over Naruto being better than him. No one does. Everyone just is in awe. I guess the only person that ever did that was Sasuke, and then eventually Sasuke was in awe too.
Sasuke was all butthurt. He had to go run away.
Yeah, like eventually he got in awe. He became friends again. He was like, "Oh, Naruto's so better than me." And that happens like in almost every shonen.
Vegeta.
Why can't it be that the character who's really good, let's say like Rock Lee, he's really good at martial arts, right? And the other character, let's say he's really good at magic. Why is it that the character is good at magic if he's the main character gets to suddenly, because of his magic, become better at fighting and martial arts than the other guy? And the other guy's perfectly fine with. Why can't he be like, what the fuck? And upset? Why can't he like start looking into other ways of getting strong that might give him magical powers or something? Like the main character, if he was the main character, that's what he would do. If that martial arts guy was the main character and the other guy was magical, that martial arts dude would eventually find, out of luck or because he looked for it or something, a way of getting magic. And then the magic character wouldn't have anything magical about him. So why can't they just both do the thing that most main characters would do? Why, like, come on.
Yeah.
A main character could just be the plotline we follow through his eyes.
A lot of stories do that, like not shonens, but like actual like movies and stuff are kind of about average person, right? Average Joes.
Yeah,
They're
like
not
average
always
shows.
about like the most badass person.
Exactly, but shonens suddenly like now I like Saitama because it picks on that. It jokes about that. Like that it's a parody. It's a comedy. It's a parody of it. That's why I like Saitama in One Punch Man or something. Because a lot of shows parody that, but there's never a show that fixes that as shonen wise. Like maybe there is out there, but I haven't seen a really big long one that does that. All the really long ones, like the ones that last like past 50 episodes, all have that same drama, that same issue going on.
Yeah.
Now OVAs are like the shows that are like 20 episodes long. I think I can think of a few shonens that are kind of like that. That the main character isn't just amazing at everything, or doesn't become amazing at everything. He's good at one thing, and then other people are good at other things.
I feel like Vegeta is. He's always kind of like been. Even though he did say that Goku was better than him at the Buu Saga, he's still kind of like, trying to beat Goku, but, it's kind of the same thing.
He's trying, yeah.
It gets. I don't know. I just feel like. I wish Goku wasn't like the perfect whatever.
Exactly. I wish Goku had things that were flaws that Vegeta would have better. And thus, by them having their friendship, or by them having this unity of force, or anything, they can they can overcome the odds. Maybe that's just our American sensibilities
Maybe.
kicking in. But I like stories like that. I like.
They did kind of poke fun at Goku not paying attention and stuff, though.
Like in Digimon, we give point to Digimon here. In the first season, is the one I remember the most because I recently watched it. They have times when the other Digimon who didn't Digivolve still have many things to do in the fights. Now, on the episode they did Digivolve, it's usually the one that Digivolved that gets to get the most shining, right? They get the big spotlight because that's their episode of Digivolve.
Yeah,
But on the episodes when no one's getting a new Digi-evolution or something, it's not just up to one character. It's not just up to two characters. It's up to, like, the whole group. And even the ones who didn't get their Digi-evolution, if the episode's not about that Digi-evolution, they still do things that the others can't do.
Is Digimon anime? Because I watched Digimon.
Digimon
too.
is anime.
And
It's shonen.
Pokemon.
Pokemon is anime and shonen.
I think Pokemon kind of. I don't know. They always focus on. They seem like they focus on Pikachu and Charizard a lot.
Yeah, so how it went was Ash is the main character, not Pikachu. So Ash would have a Poke battle, right? And he might lose it. And then he'd find out some new way, or train his Pokemon some new way, and then he'd win it.
Yeah.
And that's how he went for such a long time. So there's someone like Brock, right? Brock's like this guru, Pokemon guru. He feeds them, he kind of understands them, right? Well, guess what? You don't need him around when Ash can do that perfectly fine by himself. Misty's supposed to be like this quirky side character that really wants to cherish Pokemon or whatever in this certain way. Well, guess what? You don't really need her when Ash is doing that perfectly fine by himself.
Yeah.
And they just become side characters and eventually become comic relief, which is what they did become. They became comic relief, just like Krillin became comic relief, just like Piccolo became comic relief.
Babysitter. Fucking shit.
They're all comic relief characters now. Because they have no use. Vegeta has the only use because he's the one still competing and still is close enough in power level that you can argue that he could win on a good day. You know?
Something interesting, he got pissed off because Beerus slapped Bulma or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And this happened in both the movie and the anime. And he powered up because he was pissed off and he beat the shit out of him as a Super Saiyan 2. And they said in that moment in both the things that he was stronger than Goku.
At Super Saiyan 2?
Yeah. They said that he was stronger than Goku at Super Saiyan 3 in that moment. Which tells me that the forms don't mean shit, first of all. Like they
What's
do,
the
but
point
they
of the
don't.
forms?
You know what I mean? Like,
And how can someone become stronger than someone else at a lower stage, but then become weaker at the same stage?
exactly. And like I would think, like if you think about the way Saiyans supposedly work, that when they get really pissed off and they reach a new level, they stay at that level.
Yeah.
So he should
that's
have
how they've
had
always worked.
he should have
Yeah.
had an elevated Super Saiyan 2 or something.
Yeah, that's how Goku unlocked Super Saiyan. And that's how he gained suddenly a huge power spike. was through being super angry, right?
Yeah, he pulled a
So
Gohan. Vegeta pulled a Gohan.
yeah, so like what the fuck? You can't just suddenly get all this power and already have it established in the lore that when they do that, they stay at that power level or can get that power level easily again through just transforming. And then suddenly it doesn't work. Suddenly it's like, nope, now we changed our minds.
I mean, Gohan kind of did that because he was the exception because he was half human. That was the reason that he.
Vegeta isn't half human.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no lore reason why it did. It's just it didn't happen. Yeah.
Like he got pissed off and then like, that's it. I understand. Like he got pissed off. They were trying to make it this whole moment. Like, oh look, he really cares about her. He's the cliche, the guy that gets really pissed off when his wife gets hurt or whatever. You know.
Yeah.
I get that. I get what they were doing, but it's still like.
But lore-wise, again, this is that's my big peeve. A huge pet peeve of mine in movies, books, anime, manga, anything, shows, is when it breaks its own lore to have these type of moments. I think lore is a critical thing about understanding the world that characters live in.
Yeah.
And I think to better understand characters, you have to understand the world they live in first. And when you can just break the rules like that, of the world they live in, instantly for no reason, then it actually, to me, separates you from being able to better connect with that character.
Yeah, it breaks your immersion.
Now, you can have magic in the world, right? You can have Super Saiyans in the world. You can have that. That's perfectly fine. You can have, and you know how I don't like. It's not a pet peeve of mine, but I don't like when magic is just magic because of magic. But that's not a pet peeve. I'm perfectly fine when it happens. You can have that in the story, and I'd be like, okay, perfectly fine. Doesn't break anything for me. That's the world they live in. Magic just so happens to be magical. And magical things happen because it's magic. That's the world they live in. Okay, that's perfectly fine. When you say that, and then you throw something else that's drastically different and with no explanation, just to break the lore, to be like, haha, then that kills me. That kills me.
Yeah, I can see that. It kind of annoys me too. Not, it makes it harder to like be immersed in it. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Because then, for me, it stays in the back of my mind. So the next episode I watch, or the rest of the movie that I watch, or the rest of the book that I watch, every so often, that moment pops back into my mind. And I ask myself, it still doesn't make sense, I'm like, I start saying, maybe with this new information I gained from the rest of this book, or the rest of this show, it'll explain it, and it doesn't, and then it upsets me. Now, sometimes they do explain it, and I'm happy. Because that means it didn't break the lore. It didn't break the world.
Yeah, that reminds me of like a show that we're watching. So we watch, Netflix. It's Lost Girl. I don't know if you've seen that show.
Lost Girl?
Yeah,
I have seen it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How much have you seen?
A lot.
Okay. So that show's pretty hokey, it's kind of like a B-rated show.
Yeah.
If there is such a thing. It's kind of funny sometimes. Sometimes I like that. Sometimes it's really lame.
Yeah. Yeah.
It goes
totally
back
agree.
and forth with me. And the episode we just watched, it was so obvious what they were. Okay, the druid guy. You know what I'm talking about? Do you know the druid guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
The part where he makes them go to Lauren's apartment to get that plant, so that they can get their stuff back.
Okay.
I knew immediately, like when he told them to go there to get it. I'm like, okay, well she's not living there anymore. Why don't you just go get it? That seems like a red flag to me. Why do you need them to go get it? You're that's not a deal. You're completely favoring them in this deal. That doesn't seem strange to you, and the characters are just so oblivious to it. It takes them forever to figure out that they were sent there like as a ruse after they're fucking trapped in the house.
Yeah, like to me that's annoying. It's annoying when a cliche or
it's like they were stupid just for the plot.
Yeah, for the plot. When plot is more important than the characters that are in it. That kills me. That's why I never railroad you guys. That's why I don't like railroading you guys at all, and that's why I usually don't. Because
I think it can work if you have like a compelling reason. Like
yeah, you have to have a good reason, and
like,
usually that good reason fits into the characters.
Like if they care, if they're like altruistic or whatever, and then like they hear someone screaming,
Yeah.
down this alleyway. They're probably not going to ignore it.
Yeah, exactly. But let's say you're working with a bunch of thieves, and then you have the scream happen, and none of your characters react, and so the next thing you do is have like guards come up and be like, "We heard a scream, must be these guys," and chase them down the alley. You know, that's railroading. That's forcing them down the alley to get them down the alley.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and then the plot happens. You know, that's kind of like what happened here. The characters are like in the game, in like a board game wise, they'd be like, "No, I think this is a trap," and then you're like, turns out you didn't pass your roll. You couldn't figure out that was a trap."
Yeah.
So and it's like, but I didn't. Okay, so let me roll. I'll do my bonuses and I'll get a free plus 20. And I'm like, all right. So you kind of notice, but then he casts a spell on you. Or then a voice in your head says that you must go there anyways. You know, that's railroading.
I can understand like Kinsey kind of not noticing because she's a stupid cunt, but honestly, she's stupid. She annoys me.
She annoys me. I don't.
Like she's
But
a thief.
The whole show kind of annoys me at times.
Yeah.
So,
There's some good points to it.
it's hokey. I truly agree with that when you said that. I do believe
It can
very
be entertaining hokey though.
and it has its moments
It
where
seesaws between really stupid and just funny.
yeah, you know, I agree with that.
Like there are good episodes and there are bad episodes.
I mostly watched it because my family wanted to watch it,
Yeah.
so I kept watching it for that.
The main character's not that stupid though.
No,
She's
but
suspicious of people. She's not. She's street smart.
there's moments when suddenly she does become dumb
Yeah.
for no reason. Something that in like early episodes she'd be like, "No, I'm not gonna do that," or "This must be a trick," or something. Suddenly she's like, "Okay, I'll do it." Like all the characters like that for the plot convenience, because basically they're getting railroaded by the plot. The plot says you have to do
It's
this,
just horrible writing.
and thus they have to do it. Like it's horrible. Like
And
you can have better reasons for that, and that's the reason.
The acting is painful sometimes between the two main female characters. Like when they're supposed to be like emotional and shit, I'm like, oh my fucking god. It's like watching like I don't think they've really done anything else. I think that's the thing. This is probably their real first thing. I don't recognize either of them.
Let me see. I think the main actress I recognize from something.
Maybe.
Let's see.
She can't play like upset very good. Neither of them can.
Nah, I think you're right on that. I do think you're right on that. Yeah, and I do recognize them for some indie films.
Yeah.
Some weird stuff.
I don't mind the show most of the time, but sometimes it's just like, oh my god, why are you so stupid?
I know. It's for plot convenience, and I don't like that either. I can probably even say that's a pet peeve of mine when suddenly characters act out of character for the sake of the plot. Just like I don't like it when characters act out of character for the sake of acting out of character.
Right.
If you can explain it like Deadpool, for example, you can explain when he like looks at the why he talks fourth wall
That's
breaking
in his
stuff.
character though.
That's in his character. It's already pre-explained, and there you go. If it's as long as it's explained, I can look over it, which usually I can. Sometimes I still can't because it's not explained well or something. But most of the time I can, or because I'm in a mood, and I'm like, what the? No, that's stupid. He
Yeah.
breaks the fourth wall because he can. That's not a good enough, like you need a good reason. Like usually when it's explained well, even if I'm in a bad mood, I'm like, okay, fair enough, And if I'm in a good mood, I'll go, okay, fair enough, for even like kind of bad reasons. But if they don't even give me a reason, like those characters just act stupid in Lost Girl because they did, there's no reason for it,
Yeah.
then I'm like, no, that's dumb, and it ruins the show for me a little bit. It poisons my pool. You know what I
Another
mean?
thing that I'm kind of annoyed by is I think it's just because I notice it more, like the choreographed fights in different shows and movies and stuff. Mostly TV shows. They're just bad. Like
Bad choreography, I don't like. When it's decent to good choreography, I can get away with it. I think it's fine.
I like it when, like with certain camera angles, like you can't really tell that she's punching in front of him or whatever. But there's a lot of shows. Daredevil does this. Flash, I think, has done this.
Where you can obviously see them miss.
Yeah.
But it's not.
And then the punching sounds, the sound effects. That's another thing. A lot of people, like when they're doing the choreographed fighting, they'll punch someone and then draw their hand back immediately. Like they'll just tap you on the face. You know, like, and then they have like a really impacting punch sound, and I'm like, that doesn't do anything.
I can understand if it's like if they had like a boxing choreographer. Like I can understand because when you punch in boxing, you usually want to punch really fast, even if it's a strong punch. You want to bring it back eventually, very quickly. So for jabs, you go wham with a lot of force, and then it's almost instantly back in the position it started in.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like, I'm gonna see if I can find like a.
Like I understand, I know what you're talking about. It's like when they're doing like this big like hook or something, and it's like, eh. It looks like they're trying to slap him, and yet it makes like a boom.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, eh. I understand that, or like bad choreography. It's not bad choreography. It's bad directing or bad camera work
Camera
for
work.
those moments.
That too, yeah.
Because you can film almost any bad punch as a good punch from the correct angle, and if you have good sound effects, you can make it believable. But when you do it at a bad angle or with a really silly sound effect that doesn't match up with the force that people saw, or you don't speed up that one punch or something to make it look stronger than it actually was, or something, then you're screwing up.
Yeah, they could do stuff like that.
Like,
I almost like it better when like the fight is implied sometimes, if they do it well. Like like where they have like
yeah,
fighting noises and then like the people are just all knocked out or whatever.
yeah,
That I like that sometimes. Like it's done well sometimes, but
yeah.
sometimes it's really really bad. Just like in Lost Girl, like.
Lost Girl was not made to be an action show.
But
It was made to be a soap opera.
they try to make it an action show.
It's
They
it's made to
try
be a
so
soap
hard.
opera that tries to be like a mystery soap opera, but it's a soap opera. Pointing that out. All right. Um, it's going on with the when it's implied. That is a really old and good tactic of storytelling that I feel like a lot of people are starting not to utilize as much.
Yeah, but if you're gonna use it, at least use it well.
Horror does it for the most part. Like, have you watched The Thing by John Carpenter? John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah.
For a long time, the monster is kind of implied with very like quick shots of the monster, but never like a full scene of it.
And it probably doesn't have a bunch of jump scares. It probably
Yeah,
builds tension over time, like the original Alien movie.
yeah, like that's the aim of it, and it's
That
good.
is scary to me. That actually gets on my nerves a
That's
little bit.
that's why I like Japanese horror because they don't do like a lot of jump scares. They build tension. They build it with the noise. They associate the monster with the noise, and thus you associate the monster with the noise. And then when you hear that noise in the movie, it starts to build that tension very slowly up until the strong scare occurs.
I don't remember the name of the movie, but there was a movie that was really really good. Saw it maybe a few months ago, and it had jump scares in it, but it had I think no more than 3 throughout the entire fucking movie.
What was the movie called?
I don't remember. That's the
What was it
problem.
about? Was it new?
I don't remember.
Did it just come out in theaters? Did you see it in the theater?
No, it was I think it was on Netflix. I'm gonna look at my viewing
Oh.
history see if I can find it.
Hopefully you can find it.
It had like not even a handful of fucking jump scares, and it built tension really good. And the jump scares were timed so well, like they actually mattered.
Yeah, but like keeping the mystery, the tension strong, keeping the mystery of what they're supposed to see, so they imagine it more often, or making them start questioning what they already know, are strong ways that a lot of films aren't using. Because you can imply a fight scene just as well as you can imply a monster around the corner,
Yeah,
but it's a different way of doing it, and a lot of people don't do that.
I
They
like
instead
it.
show it, even if they're bad at it. They show it, and it comes off that they're bad at it. because then it's noticeable, like in Lost Girl. It's just imply it. If they implied it, we can assume it was a good fight. Like,
Well, they don't even apply it well. That's what I was trying to say earlier. They fucking like there was this one scene like where Kinsey gets kidnapped and thrown into a van, and then like it pans to her like talking about how she's gonna castrate them or whatever the fuck she was saying, and then there's like punching noises like a rattle of punching noises, and then like and then she just walks over there in high heels. First of all, how the fuck do you fight or run in high heels anyway?
magic. You can fight in high heels very difficultly. She must be a martial artist.
She's
She's not.
She's not.
Yeah, I know. She's not. So bad.
That's the other thing. Like, I can't. I don't buy her as a badass character at all. I don't buy it. That's my other problem with the show. Like, they keep trying to paint her as this really badass fucking bitch. I just don't buy it. I don't see it.
That can go into the actress
Exactly.
and her performance, which I think she does her job well, and her job is for me not to like her. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I think she does her job well. I think she's not the worst actress I've seen.
No, she's not bad. I just think
She
she's
does
a
her
bad
job,
fit
but
for
she
the role.
doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't come off as a badass. She comes off as
The side character.
a side character, a comic relief.
The friend,
The friend that gets in distress. I don't want to, the damsel sometimes in distress. But she doesn't, to me, when I watched it, come off as this great fighter or this person you don't want to mess with. I feel like she's a person you can mess with, and in the show, a lot of people mess with her and they get away with it.
Yeah.
So
She-
that even pushes that forward even further. So
I think Dyson's a good fit for his role. I think he's a good character. I think he's a good actor. I don't think he's good with her. I don't think they have any chemistry at all. It just seems awkward when they're together.
yeah, and again, I think she's a good actress. I think put her in the right role and she'll be great.
Yes, I agree.
But in the role she was given in the show, I don't. It fit for some moments, but then didn't fit for others.
Yeah.
Because for some moments she needed to be that comic relief character, that character that when she gets kidnapped still says a lot of snarky comments to show that she, even though she can't fight, she can still, not be scared. Of
Right.
She gives off that vibe where she's not scared of you,
But she's weak.
but she gives off a vibe that she's not a great fighter. She's weak, exactly, and without a good background as to why she's a good fighter, but she looks that way, like, oh, her father was a martial, or she's a martial artist, or she's been trained how to fight since she was 12, or she was in the Marine Corps,
But
or anything.
That would still, she's not confident in that way.
She doesn't look like she's confident in that. And they don't explain it either, why she can suddenly fight when she does and why she can't when she does, either, which is another.
And I have nothing against the actress. I don't even
Exactly.
know anything about her. I'm talking about. I'm switching it.
The character.
Yeah, the character. That's
And if the actress, because to me it's the actress who played the character, if they got a different actress who looked like she can be snarky but still can fight, it would fit. It's just she was miscast
yeah.
for those roles when she had to fight. She wasn't miscast for that same character when she had to be this side character who was not scared and snarky and comical and can really stand up for herself, but not in fights, but more with her words, with her brain. Sometimes she could be really smart, sometimes she could not be.
Yeah.
She seemed like a more common sense type of girl, but not really a,
Street smart.
street smart. Exactly. She seemed like she got the common sense really well down. She doesn't understand how everything works. And she comes off that way, which is what the character is. Perfect. She was perfectly cast for that. But suddenly, when you want me to believe that she can beat up multiple dudes at once, I don't buy it, mostly because there's nothing in the show that points towards that, and there's nothing towards the actress's performance that shows towards that. And mostly, I don't even want to say the actress's performance. I want to say like the actress's build, because to me, it's not even like her performance a little bit, but like for the most part, it's not the performance. It's her body type and how she holds herself.
That's kind of like part of it too. Like, someone that was actually able to do all the shit that they portray her being able to do would not wear high heels because it's counterintuitive to
Or
fighting.
they would, but not during a fight.
Yeah.
Like when they're walking down the street, or when they're going to a date, or going dancing or something maybe. Which again, why would you dance in high heels? I don't understand people that do that.
She doesn't throw her shoes off or anything when she has to run. She
Yeah,
tries
she
to
should do
run
that.
in her high heels.
No, she should take off her shoes. That's what real life women do. Even when they're not running for their lives, when they're just like running down the street to like talk
On
to
to another
someone.
character.
Take off.
Kinsey fucking annoys me. She is the worst character. I don't have anything against the actress. I don't even know her. But the character drives me nuts because she gets into so much trouble and she causes so many problems and then she blames everybody else.
Kinsey's supposed to be street smart, right? She's supposed to be like the street smart gal. She came from the streets. She's, she's like,
She's a fucking thief.
yeah, she's supposed to be like this strong woman kind of like ideology about her.
She's just this whiny little stupid character.
Supposed to be comedic relief, not.
She's not funny. Okay? Like, I feel like she's just there. She's trying to get sympathy from everyone. Like, she's a freeloader who gets sympathy and wants everyone to feel sorry for her. And I don't like her.
Yeah.
I feel like she causes more problems than she solves, especially in the first season.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything that happened to them was her fault. I'm exaggerating, but
Yeah. I totally agree with you on those parts. Bo, I think's okay.
Yeah.
It's nothing bad about her. It's nothing too great about her. The actress' performance is decent. I don't know.
I thought Lauren was okay. I don't find her sexy though. That's the other thing. Like they try to push certain characters as being hot or whatever in that show. They do it a lot, and I don't see it. I hate it when shows do that in general. They try to convince you that this person's really really hot, just because. They give no reason why. It's just yeah, they're hot. Why? How? What do they do that's hot? I don't find them attractive. So what do you mean?
Yeah, it goes to your Bo's supposed to see her as hot, and the other guy was supposed to see her as hot.
No, I'm talking about like there's a bunch of characters in that show like that.
Yeah.
But
Like Lauren, I can see her being hot, but the actress' performance doesn't give me a lot of confidence towards her being the type of hot that
she's not really. I find her more funny. She's funny and she can be cute sometimes, but I wouldn't say hot. I just don't get that from her.
Cute, I get way more from the actress' performance than hot.
And like when she was playing like when she did her really nerdy jokes, that was funny. Like the awkward kind of. I laughed my ass off at some of the jokes that she said, like in the later episodes. And there was an episode where she had switched bodies with someone who was crazy. I don't remember who it was when they all did the body switch thing. And then she started laughing manically and playing like a crazy bitch, and that was hilarious. It was really well done too. I believed it. I believed that bitch was crazy. I was like, she missed her calling. She should have played a crazy bitch.
A crazy bitch.
You know?
A crazy bitch. Dude, that'd been awesome. But
she was like a crazy whatever.
Yeah, but that's I think the actress' performance was good.
Yeah.
I just didn't get the feel that the show was trying to point towards it. I don't know.
And yeah, it's just another miscast in my opinion.
But again, it's a soap opera. They do that a lot. There's a lot of miscast in soap operas because especially when they're trying to convey one certain thing, but the actress conveys something else during that time.
Another pet peeve of mine, which is kind of minor, but it's kind of like a lot of shows do it. This show, again, another thing. There's a lot of things I can say about this show. The intro, like the starting thing, the credits at the beginning of every episode,
Yeah.
where they have that song and then she talks about her history or whatever. It's relevant to the first season. After the first season, it's no longer relevant because she's talking about how her succubus powers kill people and stuff and all this other stuff, and her life is hard because she doesn't know who she is and all this bullshit. And then like after that, she knows who she is, so they should change it.
They should. A
it's
lot
not
of shows
relevant.
do. A lot of shows change their opening when something changes. Some shows have such a vague opening it doesn't matter.
Yeah, like
And some,
X-Files.
yeah, like X Files or something exactly, or like a CSI,
Yeah.
or
Like her intro's very character specific in a very specific.
yeah, because it's so specified. It has to be like other shows that actually change their intro.
Yeah, she could still be narrating it, just talking about whatever's going on at that time.
Yeah, or she could just fix it to "I used to not know who I am."
Yeah.
You know?
Now I do, and just add a few lines.
Yeah, add a few extra lines and bam, it could be the same exact intro, with a few extra lines, and then it fits to all the other episodes. That season. But they don't, and that's just why. There's like 6 seasons. I'm sure they made enough money.
Yeah.
5 seasons or whatever.
I mean, they can afford bad CGI every episode. What?
Bad CGI. Oh yeah.
Dude, the CGI is like one of my favorite parts about the show.
So I think Dyson, the actor for Dyson, did pretty well.
Yeah, I think Dyson was a good character. I think he
he
played
was-
his role well.
And I think he casted pretty well.
He seems like he could fight.
Yeah,
The guy's actually in shape. He looks like he's got a fighter's body. You know?
which I wouldn't have mind if the women had fighters' bodies, but I guess some people don't find that attractive. Or these, I don't know. For Bo the character, I don't think it would have mattered because she is a succubus, so she could just touch people.
Yeah.
They would perceive her as hot, even if she had an athlete's body. Which, again, I don't see what's not sexy about athlete's body. I find that way more sexy. But that's me. I don't know. I like muscles on the women's.
I don't like
Olympus builds.
I don't like bodybuilder bodies on women.
Yeah, it's fine.
It depends on the woman, I guess. Some
To
of them
me,
it
it's
just looks really weird.
Yeah, to me it's fine. I can understand why people don't like it, but to me it's fine. Again, but I prefer Olympic type builds. Like these lean builds.
Yeah.
I personally prefer that. It's the build I worked for.
Honestly, I feel like if they were going to do this, they should have had her enroll in like some taekwondo classes or something.
Dude, I think it'd been cool because then she'd have like proper stances. Maybe we'd get like some background like nudging of like her how she would know this stuff. Even if she just said I once paid a dude to teach me some moves, who lived like in the apartment next to
like-
mine. Like that's like that. You could throw away line, an easy throwaway line. There you go.
I knew some people. You don't have to talk about the people.
I knew some people. They taught me some shit.
Yep.
Bam. Boom. Shakalaka. Throwaway line. That's how the character. And then show it in like her using the proper stances instead of having like these shitty stances. That
Yeah.
aren't actual like good fighting stances.
Like later on in the show, they like have her like doing like little boxing scenes with Dyson and shit. And I just got a question: does she actually box in real life, or is this just for this scene? Because if
Well,
she doesn't
if
actually,
you have to ask that, then I'm sure it was just for that scene because it wasn't showing good enough boxing moves and to say maybe she boxes in real life. Maybe she does, but then that just
I don't
means she
think
wasn't
so.
conveying that very well in the episode. I don't know.
I mean, I don't find her hot either. Just for the record.
You know who I found hot? Richard Howland. I think that's his name.
Who's
The
that?
little, Trick. What was his name? Trick in the show.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's cool.
That little dude was awesome.
Dude, I loved him.
He's the best character in the show.
I think he has some of the best acting in the show.
He has the best acting in the show. He's actually kind of fucking intimidating.
Yeah, he's intimidating. He conveys emotions very well.
Dude, like he's
My favorite part about it.
if anyone's a badass in that show, it's him. He's the most badass character in that
And
show.
he has muscles. I could believe he could punch me and I'd get pretty like bloody. He could punch me and I'd be like, oh my god.
He wouldn't punch you in the face. He'd probably punch you like in the gut and the balls. But yeah,
Well, okay, yeah. Then it hurt even more.
that's what I'm saying. Like, and this little guy, like he conveys like power. Like he doesn't.
He's a great actor. He conveys his emotions well. I like him a lot. I think he's the best actor. Again, even though I said the Dyson dude did pretty well and he was fit pretty well, I still see scenes where he's not good. Um,
Yeah, where
is his
he's
name
kind
Richard
of
Howland?
struggling.
I think his name's Richard Howland.
I don't know. But yeah, the Dyson dude. You can see scenes where he's struggling,
Yeah,
like trying
Rich,
to.
Richard Howland. Yeah, Rick Howland is his name.
Yeah,
Rick Howland.
that
I
dude
was
is awesome.
close. I think he had the best acting in the show. I wish he had more scenes. I wish he was the main character.
The other dude, um, the fucking, the black dude, the siren dude, right? He's all right.
He's all right. How far are you in the show?
Currently, let me see. Season 4. I'm pretty far
Okay.
into it.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I think when he became the Ash, it was kind of out of character though.
Yeah, I do agree with that. That's why I had to ask how far you were in the show. I didn't
Yeah.
want to spoil anything. Even though, to be honest, the show goes off the rails a lot. Like random weird areas that don't make any sense. That's the plot.
And then they throw away shit that happened like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they make this big deal, but like they build up to a certain plot line, and then like in one episode they clear it up, and then like it's like nobody remembers it.
Did you get to like the portal thing yet? The undead end of the world stuff.
Kinda. Like she went, like her dad, the wanderer guy with the train and everything, and she came back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Another thing, like, okay, so this is something that happens in the show. Like, her dad all of a sudden just whoops her away into this world. No explanation. And all this time before this, he's supposedly like trying to like talk people into going to get her, right? Like he talks the Tamsin bitch into, which they led us to believe that he wanted her dead before that.
Yeah.
Like he told Tamsin to kill her, and then it turns out that he wanted Tamsin to kidnap her, but then it turns out that he can just whoosh her away like nothing. Why the fuck didn't he do that in the first place?
And if you go back to watch those old episodes, it seems like they're out to kill her. There's like no hints at all. Like most shows would have like tiny hints that they're not actually out to kill her. You know that like, but you can't notice that because it seems like she's out to kill her. And then after you know the big plot line or whatever, you can go back and be like, oh, you know what? That makes so much sense. Look at But in this show, again, nothing to do with the Lost Girl. Okay, it has everything to do with the Lost Girl, but we're just using the Lost Girl as a end-all be-all for shows that have a lot of issues.
It's pretty bad. It's not a horrible show.
It has a lot of issues.
It's got its good moments. It's pretty funny sometimes. Sometimes it's pretty good. The story's pretty good.
It just has problems.
Like the story contained within the episode.
Yeah,
can
the
be
story
really good.
The overall story is pretty stupid.
Dude, in the first few episodes they established that Fae can sense other Fae.
Mm-hmm.
That all Fae know other Fae instantly.
Yes.
They established that.
And they break the rules like the rest of the season.
And a few episodes later, in the same fucking season, they say that Succubus can't detect other Fae, even though she fucking did it earlier in the fucking show.
I know. I pointed this out to my family. They told me to shut up. I know. Because that's just breaking the lore and breaking everything just to be like, oh, we made a mistake. Let's easily fix it without actually fixing it.
Well, you know what it was? They wrote themselves into a corner.
Which, when you write yourselves into a corner, what I have found to be the fix is to just work in that corner. And then eventually find out the corner had a window and leap through it. Not break the fucking the whole house down.
Yeah.
Don't break the whole house down so you get out of the corner. Stay in that corner for a little bit till you find that one window of opportunity where you can actually explain it in a logical sense.
Yes.
A lot of shows do this, and that's why they're good shows.
X-Files is pretty good at doing that. I think X-Files is underrated, honestly.
Well, I think it can't be underrated. It's like one of the top shows, isn't it?
Well, not many people talk about it, though. Maybe it's because it's old.
Yeah, not anymore. Back when it came out, people would always talk about it. They had websites when the first internet came up about it.
Yeah, okay.
Like
maybe
X-Files
it's just that it's
thing.
old.
Yeah, it's just old now. A lot of people don't talk about it anymore because it's old. And, its time has come.
I didn't know that it was so good, though, like, I just started watching it, like, I don't know. I don't know
I
how long
know
we've been
its
watching it.
newest season came out.
Yeah, that's what sparked us watching it because I wanted to get caught up
Oh,
so I can watch the
really?
new show, the
Awesome.
new season.
Oh, awesome. Came out in 2000. So yeah,
What
pretty
did?
old. 16 years old now.
Oh, it's actually older than that, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is. That was season 7. Was 2000. Shit. Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure it came out in the 90s. 92, 91. I'm
Something
looking
like
up.
that. Yeah.
X-Files. Because I looked up the seasons. Because I forgot how there's 10 seasons. I looked up the seasons.
The only thing
X-Files.
that kind of annoys me about the show is that Scully kind of sometimes annoys me because she, like, in the face of like evidence, she still denies things. That's
She's
her
a
character.
skeptic, but to me, she's like too much of a skeptic. But she's still a skeptic. Like skeptics, even when you present them evidence, have to question said evidence. That's a good thing.
She's the kind of skeptic that TJ is. She's the
Yeah.
kind of skeptic that's a skeptic from an emotional worldview standpoint. Like,
Yeah, she's an emotional skeptic, which is not really a true skeptic. It's and a skeptic's supposed to be logic based. It's supposed to be about things that we can see.
she uses logic to support.
Confirm her emotions.
Yes.
Yeah. It's how she does it, and it's like,
I don't have anything against it. Like, do your thing, but she's in denial about why she's doing it.
That's why it's not such a good thing, in my opinion. It was 93 when it came out. 1993.
Cool.
So,
I think she's a good character. I just wish she'd get her head out of her ass sometimes.
yeah. That's what we're dealing with. Anywho, I think I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
That's the end of the stuff.
The stuff is ended.
Bye bye.
See ya. Yeah. And that's a podcast.